Reactive training systems.
So imagine that you're trying to build a fortress, but you don't want just any fortress. You're trying to build a huge and strong fortress, something that's really durable and can withstand attack. So you want a fortress that has ramparts and towers, a moat, a drawbridge, so on and so on. You get the idea. And now you can choose to build this fortress out of bricks or out of balsa wood. So obviously you would choose bricks, right? Who wouldn't? But in this analogy, the structure of the fortress, the ramparts, the towers, the moat, the drawbridge, and all of that stuff, that's akin to the periodization in your program. It's nice to have, and it's very important to the overall effectiveness of your fortress. But if the whole thing is built out of balsa wood, then it very nearly doesn't matter at all. The material, in this case, either bricks or balsa wood, that's akin to the small training cycles, the training session itself, or the microcycle. And if you have a really well-constructed, well-executed, adaptable, functional microcycle, that's like building your fortress out of bricks. And if you don't, the worse you do your small cycles, the more it's like building your fortress out of balsa wood. So it's not hard to see that, if you had a fortress that was, perfectly designed and had all the perfect ramparts and towers and all this stuff, but it's built out of balsa wood, that it's not going to be very strong. It doesn't even matter how well designed it is. It's just not very well done. And the overall effectiveness of it isn't going to be very good. Whereas if you had a fortress that was built from bricks, even if the design was very simplistic and it didn't have all these extra features, it's still going to be more effective than a balsa wood fortress. So the point of this analogy is to say that if you're going to invest effort into improving your game, into improving your training, then invest effort into improving the small training cycles. Invest effort into getting better at designing and executing your training session and your training microcycle. Learn about auto-regulation. Learn about template design. Learn about exercise selection. Learn about GPP in its place. Learn about fundamental training principles, things of that nature. Learning about those things and developing your microcycles is going to have a much, much bigger long-term impact than the best periodization, the best mesocycle or annual planning design. You need to have the small cycles in place before any of the other things can matter. So with that in mind, we built and are hosting a classroom that's specifically focused on developing really, really great training microcycles. And that class is going to launch on January 12th. So if you would like to sign up for that class, we'll put a link in the description of this video. You can check it out. You can get a full lesson list and get a feel for the whole thing before you sign up. But the class is going to last for 3 months. There's 10 lessons. That includes discussion on each of the topics, homework occasionally, and things of that nature. Think of it like going to a seminar, except instead of the seminar being over in a day and only being able to get into surface level stuff, since it's taught online and since there are 10 lessons, we can get into a lot more depth and sequence these things a lot better and really teach you a lot more meaningful stuff. So check out the lesson list. That's also at the link in the description. And if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, please sign up for it. As I mentioned, the class starts on January 12th. It's going to be really, really fun. So check it out. Thanks for watching.
Reactive training systems.